Hello everybody out there and welcome back to another indie comic book review. This is episode 95. 5 more episodes till episode 100. I almost said issue 100. And remember guys, as I've stated for the past couple of weeks, I'll continue to state it through this last weekend, the indie review is immune to any changes going on this channel until it reaches episode 100. So no matter what's announced tomorrow, because we are recording this on Saturday night, this is the last video we're recording for Saturday. You guys will be seeing this Sunday morning. So no matter what's announced at the end of a Sunday, the indie review will continue forward until episode 100.
Yep.
After that, whatever whatever announcements were made will take place with the indie books as well, if there are any announcements when it comes to the reviews. Again, you've seen a few today. A lot of it's new series, podcasts, and stuff like that. Tomorrow is more centered around a couple of more things, news-wise, a couple of other things, and then it centers around these reviews.
Right.
I really don't want to give it away. You know, we're having a really great time doing the announcement, so I'm leaving it at that. And let's go. We have 15 books this week, and these books were released on
July 29, 2015, the last week of July. So let's start things off. Physical book of Archie Comics, Sonic Boom, issue number 10, World Unite, part 10 of 12. And this book, as explained in the last part of World Unite, where Mega Man, Sonic, Mega Man X and friends are bringing in the heroes and villains from other worlds. Like, we have Monster Hunter, this is probably your favorite, where Gore Magala, the Elder Dragon, has joined forces with them. We have Billy B. Hatcher, let me just find some good artwork. And we also have one part where Metal Sonic actually did something useful by helping the people on the Sky Patrol. And who has the last Chaos Emerald, so that was really something. We have Panzer Dragoon, who joins the team, which is also connected to the Breath of Fire 3, Roman numeral 3 that is. I really love the artwork. The artwork is just beautifully just drawn each and every time.
So the past 2 books, it's all about just bringing people
together.
together.
Well, yeah, because then we got the Golden Axe that joins, and I don't want to give the names. We have Beautiful Joe. This was actually one of my favorites.
That's cool that they brought finally. Yeah, he's on the last cover, as a matter of fact. Beautiful Joe.
Is he?
On the very last one.
Yeah, the very last one. Yeah, you're right. And then Sonic just says, okay, Nicole, let's just rally them up and let's just show Sigma what we're made of and show him that he chose the wrong world to mess with. That was what really kept a great cliffhanger for the next issue, which will be next week.
And from what I hear, Sonic Boom is ending next month, and it's
right.
I think this is issue 10, so in issue 11 it's concluding.
Yeah, they said something about the finale. I haven't read Sonic
I'm
Boom,
glad
so it doesn't
Sonic
affect me.
I have to be honest though, I am glad Sonic Boom's comic is ending, because no offense, the game wasn't horrible. The new direction for Sonic was something nobody liked, and I'm surprised this issue lasted. Well, I guess because of Worlds Unite, it lasted a bit longer, so I will give it that. It did last 4 extra months.
It's just that the characters, it's out of character a little bit.
Yeah, it just it doesn't work for me.
And the game was not that good to me, at least.
I don't know. I've not played it, and I don't want to.
I've seen it. I don't.
All I'm saying is I'm very surprised that it lasted as long as it did, and I'm glad it's gone, because maybe this is hope that the next Sonic game will have nothing to do with the Boom universe.
But we're still in the
Mega Man this you didn't get it. It came out a couple of weeks ago. This did not come out this week.
Yeah, Mega Man World Unite Battles issue number 1.
Is it the
fold out cover?
Oh, it is fold out.
Yeah,
okay.
It shows all this, which I will show right now. All that. Yeah, I forgot to put that first because I like to put World Unite first, because that's what we always talk about. And as in the Sonic book, it talks about Mega Man going up against the Deadly Six of Sage. The Deadly Six Sage, which was Zeke, and a bunch of the other Deadly Six, which get Mega Man and take him down underground, and the story continues in Sonic Universe issue number 76. I really like the artwork.
Which happened already.
For that, which happened already, right. Then we have the second story of the Maverick Hunters versus Vile, which is right here. And it has Zero and Axel, who join the team, well, who actually are teaming up together to fight against Vile. And we have Silver the Hedgehog, who comes in to help them out. And the Maverick Hunters with Silver wins, and this continues in Sonic Boom issue number 8. And
which was a while ago
also. And last story of Sonic Man versus the Robot Masters. This one was actually really cool. This is where Sonic, who is already in the fact of being the robot, the evil one that is, he just takes out all of Mega Man's, friends one by one, and he just owns them all. And they said Dr. Light's the only person to call, and we witnessed the aftermath of what happens in Sonic the Hedgehog issue number 273.
Which I believe we just did.
Which we just did.
Or a couple of minutes ago. I don't remember.
Ago. But,
so these are books that just add on to what we've been reading.
Yeah, like basically, I mean, if you want to get this for a collector's sake, do you really want to, like, is it necessary that you want to get this to know what happened before then? Is up to you guys, but it's not really that important.
It's an extra.
Right, it's an extra, because the World Unite's really important. All the three Sonic series, along with the Mega Man series, for that. Alright, next is your book from Image.
I only have 2 physical and 1 honorable mention this week, so this is mostly your video again.
As
but
always.
Spawn 254, it opens up with Gabriel the Archangel showing up during the sinking of the Titanic in the past. We then jump to the future, or the present, where Al meets up with an agent of Satan, and they're not happy that Al is working with God. They're not happy that God has screwed around with the rules. And there's this huge conversation back and forth where Al's like, when the time's right, I'm going to eliminate both you, Satan, and, well, you, Satan and God, both sides. And he explains how God and Satan need the people. It's something that they need to be able to manipulate, or they need them. That's why they don't eliminate them. And this demon explains to him, it goes all the way back to Spawn number 1, where she's like, did you know we could affect time? And she kind of teaches him about how they affect time, and she sends him back in time, and we go back to the scene from the very beginning of the book where Gabriel shows up during the sinking of the Titanic, and he wants Spawn to save the lives of 2 people who are going to die. And we find out that Spawn is not willing to play that game. He's not willing to change the future, because if he saves these 2 people, it could change everything. It could change him meeting Wanda, him getting together with Wanda, and basically it would seal Wanda's fate. And it would be by his hand, so he won't play that game. And in the end, the Agent of Satan has an offer that Al, as she claims, can't refuse.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see in the next issue what that is. So this was basically a huge test from Satan to see if Al would screw himself by changing the past, and he didn't, which I liked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was sad what happened to the people, but at the same time, I knew he wasn't going to go that far. I knew he wouldn't do it.
Mm-hmm. IDW's Ghostbusters Get Real, issue number 2. Really happy that this came out for this week, because it feels like a long while since I read the first issue, but for this issue, just starts off where these wannabe like Ghostbusters, I'm guessing, fight off against, what is that evil? Proteus, who basically is looking for the Ghostbusters, and he's not the ones that they're looking for. So here's some artwork right here where the real Ghostbusters and the Ghostbusters are meeting each other. And they're just trying to find a way of how to get them home, to their own world. And we have a Bronx Zoo action where the Ghostbusters Venkman and the real Ghostbusters Ray, who actually gets possessed by one of the demons. But luckily for the real Ghostbusters, the Ghostbusters Winston, the real Ghostbusters Egon, I know it's very confusing. They are there to save the day. Then Proteus sends the Hounds to go seek the Ghostbusters, and I like this picture that was shown right here of all the Ghostbusters.
Oh, all the different realities. No, yeah, there's all the different realities. This is the, oh wow, that's the Ghostbusters from back when it was the ape, the blonde hair guy. This was the original the Ghostbusters. Very first.
Yeah. And they have the game version.
Wow, they've got tons of different versions.
Yeah.
The Nintendo game. Wow, they really went all out with this miniseries. I like that. And hopefully you guys are enjoying it. I haven't read this issue yet, but it's fine. I read the first.
Yeah, but with the demon that they caught at the Bronx Zoo, they're saying that was some kind of psychokinetic matter that was that created all these infestations that's going on as of lately. And we also have the real Ghostbusters Ray, who might have his brain scrambled by a couple of gods from what we've seen in the past Ghostbusters stories and all that other stuff. So now, you know, they're just saying, you know, like, the real Ghostbusters are saying, yay, we're taking a break, but really, we have no idea what, you know, Proteus is cooking up while we're out of play, because the Hounds are out there looking for them. And then we get a nice preview cover of having the real Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters Egon. That'll be in issue number 3. And Winston, real Ghostbusters Winston, will be the last one. So I'm really enjoying this story. I really... I
like how they make it, like, the original Ghostbusters, the Ghostbusters that came with IDW, are the ones that are based off of the movie, and the ones, and they're using the ones from their cartoon counterparts. Really cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this series, and I'm glad to see that came out. Valiant's Ninjak issue number 5. We are getting Ninjak from now on in the physical pile.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't have Turtles, because Turtles are IDW.
Oh, yeah, I thought, you know, 2, 1... I mix these things up. I have to look at the companies next time because it's like 3 in the morning or something. So I'm just trying. But anyway, we go into Ninjak's story, Colin actually, where goes back and forth with his childhood, and he's fighting off against this which we'll call it biomechanic woman that I can't remember what his name was. That he sent her out to assassinate Ninjak, and then he actually joins in the action to destroy, or try to destroy Ninjak. I really enjoyed the artwork in this book that much. And Ninjak, he just takes them out, all one by one, but doesn't kill them, just as a knockout. And we also have one part of the facility where he worked in this building that really connects to his way of Conan is his name, the big fat guy, the one with the biomechanic woman, that was his name. And basically it just goes to the south of France, where he finds some stuff about his father that he didn't know about, and what he finds, you'll have to read this issue.
I thought the Lost Files you usually skip over.
I don't know. Yeah, the Lost Files. I was just looking it over. Basically, it was just talking about himself, Colin, of betraying what's her name, Angelina, and something like that, because of what happened, because they had like something with each other in the past, like good things, being together and all that. So I just skimmed it. And the artwork was a little mess, so yeah. But I really enjoyed this Ninjak story, and I'm definitely looking forward to reading the next issue, physical copy-wise. And now, with the confusion, here's your IDW's book.
Book of the month. It's the last week of the month, and I loved it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue 48. This is an action-packed issue. All you need to know is Turtles, Splinter fighting against Flyborgs and Mousers. That's this entire issue. Them fighting to protect their father, while Shredder and Baxter Stockman are trying to eliminate Splinter and the Turtles. Other stuff does happen in this issue, though. Now, Leo wants to protect Donnie's body. He realizes that the Flybots are attacking Splinter to kill Splinter, so he sends his father away from Donnie. Donnie shows up, obviously in his robotic form, Metalhead, and has his body teleported away to Honeycutt so that he and Michelangelo, who is watching over his body, can rejoin Leo and Raph along with Splinter to keep the family together and to keep Splinter safe. While also, in the background, Hun gets broken out or gets freed by Old Hob. It turns out Old Hob needs Hun to get him into something. So Hun ends up joining Old Hob. What's going on with Old Hob? I guess we'll find out by issue 50. Like I said, Shredder is just watching over Baxter Stockman as he's trying to eliminate Splinter. Something's going on with Kitsune. Very, very interesting stuff. You can see it especially in this panel where something's going on. She has some ulterior motive, or there's definitely something going on in that woman's head. So anyway, the Turtles escape their home. They end up on the streets, and then they get attacked by 1,000, if not more, Mousers. Angel and, oh God, what's her name? Aliplex show up to help out. And the rest of the book is really a fight. And this book ends actually the same way the last book ends. It's no spoiler here, except now there's just 20,000 times the Mousers and Flybots. So even though they fought their way through a lot of Mousers and Flybots, there's still a lot more to go. And at the end of this issue, I did read the top part of the letters to the editor, because there was a little letter from the editor. And it looks like the next two, well, everything's building up to issue 50. Next issue's 49, so the Pendulum moment will be in the next issue. But there's lots of action that's guaranteed for the next two books. So this was just really a humongously action-packed issue. Lots of awesome fighting between the Turtles and the Flybots and the Mousers, while little things are still going on in the background, like the stuff with Hun, the question mark with Kitsune, Cowrie not liking that Baxter Stockman's working with Shredder, that Shredder brought him into the Foot Clan, Shredder not giving a damn what anybody thinks, he just wants to see Splinter destroyed, and just a lot of stuff is happening. But it really, this book is excellent. I love it. I'm loving where this is going. I can't wait till issue 50.
The final issue of Grimm Tales of Terror, issue number 13. However, good news.
There's a guaranteed volume 2.
There is going to be a volume 2 this Halloween, and I'm very happy about that. And I'm also going to be saving this book for the convention, because all of volume 1 was just really amazing. And I definitely... Joe Bruscia and Ralph Tedesco really did an amazing job with this
They're the ones
book.
that started the Zenescope universe, so yeah.
So I definitely give kudos to them, and hopefully I'll see them at New York Comic Con. So basically, what it talks about is that this man sees two girls and he wants to make friends with them, so the woman, who was the main character, tells him that making new friends is not so good. Basically, there's this guy... Jeremy, who meets up with this girl and takes them to her house, and well, he gets basically his organs taken away. And I don't want to show that page. I want to show something. Yeah, like this page is good. The artwork's beautiful in this book. So she's basically on a mission, and you know, like Tommy is her you know, like a sidekick and everything. So she meets up with this big guy and tries to do the same thing to him, but it actually backfires the other way around, that she not only gets her organs taken away, but her arms and legs. And I was like, whoa. And this guy in Japan, who also works with Thomas, has collections of his own. And yeah. And basically this guy... almost, it goes back to the present day, where he was about to do this girl who was 16, underage, but with the slip of an ice cube, that happens. Yeah. But, it just says here, end of volume 1, to pick up the limited edition hardcover on sale in October. And don't miss volume 2 of Grimm Tales of Terror on sale at your favorite comic shop this Halloween. So what better way to celebrate Halloween than with a Grimm Tales of Terror book with old stories and all that other stuff. So 5 out of 5 stars. This whole series gets. Get a trade paperback when it comes out. In October. You'll love it. If you love stories, even though it's a little bit graphic, it's a great story. Definitely highly recommend you get it.
Alright, we're moving over to digital. Honorable mention only. Halo Escalation, issue number 20. Great artwork. The story's progressing really nicely. I'm enjoying it for what it's worth. It's hard to see Professor Halsey with only one arm now, but she seems to be getting along pretty nicely, and the plot's really pushing forward at a really excellent pace. If you are a fan of Halo, you'll be loving this series. If you're not, then you won't be reading it at all. If you're a fan of only the Master Chief, you also won't be reading this series, because the Master Chief only was in like 3 issues for a short story arc, and we went right back to the main characters in Escalation. All in all, though, a really nice read if you like to expand your knowledge of the Halo universe and what's going on. So now, Conan the Avenger, issue number 16. Blood Oasis, part 1.
Yeah, and in this one, basically it talks about like when he met with this girl, I forgot what her name was, like right there and then, I can't remember. Well, basically, he meets up with her, and then she's trying to show him like
Natala,
and basically they run into these these army men that are trying to go after them, basically Conan, because they seem to like know him and everything, and what they do is that you know, there was just a little bit of a mistake that happened, so they just you know, formed, they became allies together, and they're just going on their merry way to their adventures, along with finding out some answers that they've been looking for. And it has something to do with this light that they see in the farther distance. And I believe that after seeing that it's going to play like a really great role, because they make their way there. And you know, just lots of other stuff that are in this book. The artwork is sketchy.
Yeah, very sketchy. I'm not really liking the artwork in this issue.
I thought it was a little bit okay, but let's just say that someone on the team might be a
double crosser.
Yeah, not much of a team player. Let's just put it that way.
Alright, we're in Tomb Raider, issue number 18.
Yeah, Tomb Raider. It's just really, like, she's talking about her friend. Wow. What was her name? I think it was either Kat or it was, if I see the name, I'm gonna slap myself over the head. Because she's just trying to find out,
Sam?
Sam! That's her name, Sam. Because she's acting like a little bit weird ever since that whole thing happened. And she just wants to just find out, you know, they're drawing, the artist who drew Lara Croft was really off, kinda, in my opinion. And then it just goes back in the days where they used to hang out with each other. The 3 of them, no, the 2 girls and the guy, and you know, she's just, like I said, trying to find answers. And Sam actually went to prison because, of course, because she did something wrong, and you know, like they have just a phone conversation with each other, like a short one, and then afterwards, after that, was just trying to find out some other stuff. It just says one last thing and it doesn't go on, so I guess that was the end of the issue.
Yeah.
So no to be continued, or I guess it's to be continued, but I'll see the next issue. I'm just holding on to it because I am a fan of Tomb Raiders, but I'm telling you, if this goes solo like this one did, then I have to get rid of it.
Mulan Revelations, issue number 2. How'd you like this one? I know you loved the first one.
It was a little bit all over the place, but basically what it is that this girl, Mulan and her uncle are teaming up together to fight off against these army men who want to get rid of Mulan because of these special powers that she developed, and she's trying to learn how to use them. But when her uncle gets captured, they're like saying, okay, there are one or two ways we can do this. Either you can, be with us and we won't hurt your uncle at all, or your uncle will just be hurt painlessly and all that other stuff. So what other choice did she have? So as the issue continues, it's just, these different characters. Sound, I think his name is, that red, that red, what do you call, hologram-like person talks with him. And if you want to find out what that is, definitely read the book. Artwork was great, though. I will say that much. And it's just Mulan just trying to, develop her ways of, using her powers. And now they go into this place, which is only, and I mean only, the beginning. And that was where we are left off to be continued in the next issue.
Alright, guys. Give us just 2 seconds and then we will return with the last couple of issues for this comic review, or indie review. Alright, we're back, and now we're at Escape from New York, issue number 8. But he's already escaped New York. He's been away from New York for a while now, Snake.
Not until this issue.
Oh, God.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But basically, he's still in Russia fighting off against this war. And, he's finding out more stuff about how to win this war. And basically what he does is that he has these powers that this guy gave to him. I can't remember his name for the life of me because it escapes me. His name will appear somewhere, I know that. But he uses that to his advantage to, get away from, all this other stuff. And to win the war, obviously. So he fights off against the Russians who are attacking the United States armies and stuff like that. And this big, Bear is his name, the one with the needles, who was working with the president, just saying, you know what, I've heard from the president, that you should be dead, so I'm going to kill you now. So with all that, he uses his powers, Snake to win, spoiler alert, to overbeat that. And I'm trying to find out his name, but you're going a little too fast. The guy who gave him powers, Ivan is the one that had the powers with his hands. So he escapes from Russia because he had nothing else to do there. And then at the end of the issue, he meets up with these people on the boat to help him because he has to get back south. And 2 weeks later after that, he gets chased by the police, and look where he lands in. Good old New York.
Oh,
and that's where it leaves us off, right there. With the Twin Towers in the background, too, which I thought was pretty cool. But it was pretty interesting. So we'll see how...
Escape to New York is the next issue's thing.
Yeah, so instead of escaping from, now it's escaping to New York. I believe, this one's next. I am so glad this title came back.
Hactivist, Volume 2, Issue number 1. Alyssa Milano actually co-writes this.
Oh, wow.
I knew that.
I really did not know that until you pointed that out. But basically, to give you a recap...
It's created by Alyssa Milano. It's written by Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing.
Yeah, but just to give you a brief recap, these two guys, Ed and... why does his name escape me? I can't believe it. Well, basically, they run this computer company, and they're doing a website called Save Yourself. And basically, Ed's like more of the technical person and everything. And there was like a lot of things that happened to him where he was battling against his friend there. I really... I think his name is Peter.
I think so too.
It's saying Peter, I'm guessing. I know I'm probably wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, so he's trying... Ed's like basically trying to win back his friendship, from what happened in the past. And just to work together, because Save Yourself is gonna go through some drastic changes and stuff like that. So Ed, using his technological stuff, is trying to find ways of doing so. It's very complicated to try to explain it, because it's like very more computer-esque like book. But and I know a little bit about computers, but I'm just saying it was just a lot to take in, especially after reading Volume 1, which seemed like months ago, maybe a year ago, I don't know. But yeah, so now it's up to those two to do some stuff in order to
Save Yourself?
Not really to prevent, just to really save, to do more things to make Save Yourself stand out rather than it dying, because they created the Save Yourself web thing.
Gotcha. Alright, we're in Jungle Girl Season 3, Issue 4.
Yep. And in this issue, from what we saw from the last issue, Jungle Girl is leading two people from these monsters who are trying to kill her because of, I forgot what they took from the last issue. Yeah, I think it was like the head of something that belonged to them. So Jungle Girl, there's a lot of action in this book and a bunch of great artwork, I will say that much. And she fights off against them and she wins. But now there are dinosaurs now that are out there, and she's she reunites with her father, who has turned into this hideous creature of some sort, and basically after that they're just trying to find ways to turn him back into being a human, which they almost did successfully, but nothing really worked out from what I see in the story. And then they're just going on more adventures, and now they say Jana, the Jungle Girl, is once again home. And now they say that's the end of the book, with an exclamation point and not a question mark. So I'm guessing that's the end of Season 3.
Very short.
Yeah, very short. It was an 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
4.
So, 4. Yeah. So maybe it was a miniseries. Who knows? This one I actually thought I wasn't going to like, but I actually
it's an issue number 1, and it's from IDW. Yeah. And it's been advertised a lot.
The Shrinking
Man, issue number 1.
Yeah, and this is by Richard Matheson. Or Madison. Madison, yeah. Well, basically, in The Shrinking Man, it's a really heartfelt story. Like, this guy just kept on shrinking into smaller size, and we don't know why in the beginning. So we find out that he goes to the doctors, and he finds out that there's this health condition that he has that can make him grow smaller and smaller as the months go by. And they actually tell you the size that he is then and now. And he's with his wife and his one kid, and the spider played a lot also in this, because the spider is trying to go after him because he's a little bit of a thing. So he's trying to find a way to escape all this, as well as trying to get something to eat, because it's been days, and he's trying to climb up chair legs and all that other stuff, and it just keeps going back and forth of him just shrinking and shrinking as all this happens. And I really feel bad for him. You feel bad for his character in the book, and it's you just want to go in sometimes when you see these things and just say, like, we'll do it together, or just hug them and say everything's gonna be fine. But it just keeps getting worse for him, because he keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And Scott, actually, and is the name of the Shrinking Man, and that's really the whole gist of the book. Just him just growing smaller and smaller. And I want to leave out a lot of stuff because I want you guys to definitely read this, because I enjoyed reading this as the first issue, and I'm hooked on it. So I'll be definitely looking into the next issue to see how this goes. The artwork's good too. Did I say about the artwork? I don't think I said about the artwork. The artwork's really good. And yeah. So now he's gonna see what's ahead of him now as the Shrinking Man. Really
awesome.
Great. You guys should definitely check it out. It's really a great heartfelt story of Scott as the Shrinking Man.
And with that, that's it for this indie review, guys. As always, don't forget to check out comicfrontline.com, zone4podcast.com, and Frontline Gaming Zone. Together we are your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. Still lots to come on this channel, lots of announcements, lots of big things, with the grand finale being the 300th comic review.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe a little outro video after the 300th comic review,
Well,
just to have
yeah.
an outro video. But anyway, thank you guys so much for sticking with us. Feel free to comment below. Likes, dislikes, agree, disagree, recommendations. We'd love to hear from you guys, and we will definitely reply to you guys either in the comments below or we will talk about it on Dark Avenger Live, where we love talking with you guys through the comments as soon as we figure out how the hell to fix the comments on our portable devices now. Driving us crazy.
On a portable device.
The comments. Can't find the comments. We couldn't do it, remember?
Oh, yeah. Even on the phones, too.
Mm-hmm.
They only have a little bit of it. I don't know why that's...
I don't know. Anyway, guys, take care. Keep reading, keep collecting. We'll see you guys really soon in the next video.
Later, everyone.